I'll not forget. There was a patient in OG, and then she was some 30, 35 or 36 weeks of POG, and then I had been with her for the 3 weeks, and she really wanted the delivery to happen quick. So in that process, we had a lot of fun. She was quite chill. Anytime I would just get free time, I would go about and talk on certain things on the regions, how it's, and then idea on how our places is, and then how our condition is. And actually, I like the most is these things were going on, and then finally one morning I went and I found that she had delivered. And then with the face that she told me, "This sir, I have delivered." That face I would just not forget. That is something it was kind of signing. That face I would never forget actually.
In surgery, though, I went for that OT, EMS OT. That patient got survived. I mean, he has too much big, like forniers extending to abdomen something. So I went to that OT, and that patient also, I did once at 2-3 times forniers dressing. So that okay.
Actually, one patient or incident is when I was in medicine posting, one patient was there, Paul Raja. He's very young patient actually. His parents, they are very cooperative and they are they are very lovely. But the patient got arrested, and that patient's mother, she came and she cried in front of me and she hugged me. Actually, he was the only son for them. He was 25 years old, I think, but unfortunately we couldn't save him. So that hit me hard. I don't know, I find it very difficult for me to cope up with that. So that incident I'll never forget.
In internship, yeah, Parasuraman. In surgery, there was this one aneurysm guy, splenic artery aneurysm guy in surgery. I had to run for his blood like some massive transfusion protocol. I had to run the whole night to some 10-15 transfusions. That person I wouldn't forget, and he was in MICU and ultimately he recovered. That was the best part. He was in MICU, SICU, I mean. Usually patients in SICU, they say they won't return back, but that guy like miraculously escaped and he was back in the ward, and that was my best patient, I would say.
Okay, so there was one patient with he's basically my patient, and my medicine JR, he gave me the case, and so I managed. And I found that the patient was in cardiac failure, so I will never forget that.
I think it was beginning of, it was not an internship, it was in final year. Yeah, nothing like one patient came and like she was saying, something like that. And we told her like, it's okay, you'll get treated. Like there are good doctors here and you'll 100% go away. Like you'll 100% be treated and shit. And like in the end, like we came to know she was actually Hep B positive. So we gave her promises, but then we came to know like nothing could be done about it. So that's one experience I remember now.
I don't remember any specific cases as such. Incidences which I won't forget. Yeah, there was a bad thing, a COVID suspect which we had taken into consideration, and that was my bad. I couldn't refer the patient in ambulance. I won't say further.
I don't remember only, how will I forget?
Patient incident, that's in EMS only. That one husband put big stone on wife's head, her head is collapsed, and he committed suicide at the same night. Police came. They have one 15 years old boy. He was with his mother. They are literally helpless that time. But I think I saw her one day, that mother. She's okay, she's improved also. She's alive.
Like
I can't say that. I don't remember. You're actually questioning me after night duty. Okay, full 12 hours CMS night duty, then you're questioning me to remember this things. Think about your life choices, what you like, what you don't like.
In OG,
there was this one patient, OG. It was an OPD day, so all my JRs were busy in OPD. So morning, when I took her, like when I was checking the vitals, she complained me of increased pain. Like she's feeling excessive pain since night, she said. So I examined the abdomen. It was like it was not encased, but she was actually getting starting of contraction. She was getting. But then in between OPD, patient complained of reduced perception of movements. And then none of the JRs, all JRs were busy in OPD, so they sent me to check the fetal heart rate. Okay, I came in and actually the patient was in labor pain, and patient per abdomen wise it was some 3/5 palpable, so it was engaged also. So like I was supposed to take an NST, I took an NST, that was good, but then I searched for a JR to see what is her pervaginal finding. So no one was available at that time. I searched for like some 20 minutes in all the wards. So none of the residents was available. It was at 11 o'clock in morning, I think. Then I myself did one PV, which was like membranes absent, 6 centimeters. She was a multiparous. From where all drama started, and she has to be shifted to CLR immediately, where she delivered within like 1 hour or so. That was like, I won't forget that day only.
When I was in surgery, like the ward I was posted, I was there only most of the time, like that ward only. So every day morning that when you go to take vitals, some of the patients will be like, hi, how are you? Did you eat? That actually matters a lot because you won't be eating most of the time. And when they ask you, how are you? Like, was your day good? Or like when they say when they see your face in the evening and they'll be like, was the day bad? They'll be like, okay, somebody cares about you.
During my medicine posting, I had this patient called Kanaga. So she was 16 years old. So she was there throughout our entire medicine posting. So when she came, she was completely fine. Like she was talking, she was just like talking with us, and then because I used to see her every day for like 1.5 months. Became close to her dad, her mom, her brother, and everything. But gradually, like she worsened, like she had like paralysis, and then she had respiratory disease, and then she went into ICU and all. So, and then she passed away also. So I had been through her through that entire journey, and even like just before she had passed away, she still remembered me and she held my hand and everything. So I'll never forget her.
Again in surgery only, there was one patient, she was a diabetic foot patient. And then her attender, she was very friendly to all of us. So every morning when we'd go, she'd be like, good morning sir, hi sir. And then she was there for like 2 months. So her dressing, she was a bit like on the heavy side. So her dressing used to come off at night sometimes randomly. And her attender was actually very smart. So she learned how to do the dressing on her own. So she used to like put gloves and do the dressing on her own. Next morning we'd come, she'll be like, oh, the dressing came off at night, I did it. Like, wow, okay.